Megyn, Duchess of Sussex, in her first ever podcast interview.
I just threw up a little in my mouth.
Why is she showing up on hour-and-a-half-long podcasts? Who's got time for that?
His heart is even more beautiful. I mean,
but his heart is even more beautiful. This is so forced.
And being a mom and a wife and a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Those are all jobs. I mean, I love being that busy, but I do think it's really interesting when people have no sense of what goes into the thing.
Yeah.
But she is a malignant narcissist who cannot get enough of herself while she simultaneously plays the victim.
Are you in love now more than ever?
Are you in love? How happy and beautiful is your husband? He's so beautiful.
Hearing Megyn talk about Harry and how much of a fox he is.
He's also a fox, if you haven't noticed. My husband's very, very handsome.
I mean, have you ever heard somebody have to try so hard to be like, put it out there? I'm not buying it.
There's nothing I like about her. Well, she never stops whining. My castle's too small. Yeah. The queen is mean to me. They won't let me call myself Her Royal Highness anymore, but I'm gonna put it all over my stationery and on the gifts that I give to my friends.
She's stuck because she was an actress who became a real princess, who wants to be an actress again, but has to continue to pretend to be a real princess.
Meghan Markle just got real in a rare, unfiltered moment, but not everyone's buying it.
Meghan Markle is now accused of breaking the agreement with the late queen after podcast revelation.
There are times we get together and I'm like, I just want to have DoorDash come in. And you're like, let's make some. And I'm like,
no, I don't want to cook again, Megyn. My God, take a break.
While the Duchess of Sussex pulled back the curtain on her private life, critics were quick to question whether it was heartfelt honesty or just another well-polished PR move.
Did you notice that at the end of every episode, it says, like, the starring, Megyn, Duchess of Sussex?
yes,
What's the title of her show? Love Megyn. For what? To watch? Who wants to watch Meghan Markle bake a pie?
I'm going to make Megyn a charcuterie tray, which I just learned that word a few years ago.
Charcuterie tray for Meghan Markle. My God, it's just a board with food on it that then goes bad. That's not a skill. Go cook it. Don't just buy a bunch of stuff and put it on a board pretty. That's not a skill.
The woman who destroyed her in-laws' family, whose own family doesn't like her, whose the in-laws obviously don't like her, the public doesn't like her.
In her very first podcast appearance as a guest on the Jamie Kern-Lima show, Megyn dove headfirst into the raw realities of motherhood and life under the spotlight. It wasn't just surface-level talk. She opened up in a way that felt surprisingly vulnerable. But of course, some are still raising eyebrows.
But to the world, it's just, what has she been doing? Does she work? As opposed to, oh my gosh, I work so hard. And I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
The beginning of that clip where she's like, oh my God. It's so inauthentic.
Megyn revealed a touching nightly ritual. She writes emails to her kids, Archie and Lilibet, capturing little moments and memories she hopes they'll treasure one day. It's her way of preserving their childhood in real time. But some wonder if this peek into her personal life is heartfelt or carefully curated.
And she also is pretending like she's crying. We zoomed in just to see. There isn't a tear in sight. Dan, look at this. I invite the viewers to take a close-up look at this. Where's the tear?
As Megyn read a heartfelt letter from her children, her voice cracked and the emotion was clear. This was personal. She spoke openly about the weight of motherhood, the pressure to get it right, and the emotional toll it takes. But the internet wasn't feeling so sympathetic. Some viewers accused her of putting on a show, calling her out for being fake and fabricating stories just to win public favor.
Prove that you're enough. You have to prove that you're pretty enough. You have to prove that you're smart enough. You prove that you're a good wife or a good friend.
Meghan Markle's sitting here talking about, I gotta prove that I'm pretty. And while she's a pretty woman sitting across from a bratwurst? Yes!
But not everyone was reaching for the tissues. Media firebrand Megyn Kelly came in swinging, labeling Megyn a malignant narcissist and accusing her of orchestrating her royal marriage as a calculated move for fame, sympathy, and viral sound bites.
She married for money. It's very clear she bagged the elephant. She was thrilled she became a, quote, princess. Well, it was planned from the beginning. She denied being interested in the royal family, which she totally was. I know someone who knows the ex-husband who said she had a vision board with Prince Harry on it.
According to Kelly, the emotional moments weren't vulnerability. They were strategy. Over on Twitter, users had a field day. Some joked that Megyn must have had Prince Harry on her vision board since day one, while others pointed out that she once said me 54 times in a single speech, long before this podcast ever dropped. Because, nothing screams humility like tracking how often you talk about yourself.
You have to imagine, at the beginning, everyone has like butterflies, and then we immediately immediately went into the trenches together.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate, like 6 months into dating. So now 7 years later, when you have a little bit of breathing space.
Yes.
Oh my God, there's something wrong with her.
Then The View chimed in, roasting Megyn for one particularly eyebrow-raising detail, signing a jar of homemade jam as Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex.
With the compliments of HRH, which is Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex.
You made homemade strawberry jam. It's kind of like a doctor when you keep referring to them as doctor, like, call me Susan. You know, like, I would never refer to myself as Her Royal Highness.
I think if somebody gives you a gift, you can say, you know, so-and-so, my friend so-and-so gave me a present.
Yeah.
I don't feel like she needed to show that.
The panel didn't hold back, poking fun at how even her pantry labels come with a royal title. Co-host Alyssa Farah Griffin didn't mince words, calling the whole jam signing moment a little bit cringe for something meant to be a private gift to friends. Meanwhile, Whoopi Goldberg rolled her eyes and quipped, "Wake me up when you're done."
Is it a bad look for Megyn to still refer to herself as a royal?
No, it's not.
There you are.
Because,
Wake me up when you're done.
thank you.
As if the real drama wasn't the jam itself, but Megyn's need to flex her title. Even Sunny Hostin, who acknowledged the title is technically hers, admitted that using it in personal notes felt less like a sweet gesture and more like Megyn turning even jam into a spotlight moment.
The agreement that was made did not remove the title. It restricted the way it was to be used. It was not to be used publicly. And she was giving a friend some strawberry jam that she made herself, and she wrote HRH, the Duchess of Sussex.
But the spotlight didn't dim. Once the podcast ended, the scrutiny only intensified. Every word, every gesture, and every carefully curated detail from Megyn's interview became fresh fuel for critics and commentators eager to dissect her every move.
Look at that face. She's not happy.
Oh, yeah, it's so hard to be pretty. So your life is so hard. You're a fucking princess. I wonder how hard it is to be Cinderella when you look like the fucking step witch's mother. That's a character you didn't even know about.
I didn't even know you were black.
Critics across the UK didn't hold back, slamming the show as nothing more than a self-indulgent rant, with every episode feeling like Megyn's personal stage to celebrate herself. The Daily Telegraph didn't mince words either, branding the series queasy and exhausting, claiming Megyn's ego completely overshadowed her stories and recipes. Forget the anecdotes. They argued the real star here, Megyn's own reflection.
I love that your eyes are sparkling right now.
Oh.
Oh my God. Dan, I threw up in my mouth.
Yes.
And it wasn't just critics across the pond. American outlets came swinging too. One celebrity chef even claimed Netflix threatened legal action after he called the series forced and fake, bluntly labeling it painful to watch.
Man, it's really hard to watch her. Well, get ready because we got a lot more to go through. And
This is really grueling to get through.
Yeah.
So I did episodes 1, episode 2, and episode 8.
Behind the scenes, insiders whispered that the show fell short of Netflix's expectations, with the second season quietly approved, more out of contractual obligation than any real excitement. Even some of Megyn's strongest supporters have started raising eyebrows. A royal correspondent admitted the show felt strangely self-referential, saying every segment seemed less like sharing and more like showcasing. It was like watching Megyn interview Megyn, they quipped, with random guest appearances sprinkled in. So much for the fresh, relatable vibe she promised.
I somehow stumbled across a Netflix commercial for the Meghan Markle show. The American actress who became a duchess, who tried to destroy the royal family, which then booted them out of England. How bad that trailer, that seems like the worst show that I've ever heard of.
Meanwhile, alleged former staffers are painting a much darker picture behind the scenes.
All the young women in particular who work for her quit in tears. She so wore them down and was so nasty. Then when she started her own company, similar reports coming out from Montecito about how no one can work for her. She's a nightmare behind the scenes.
Whispers from the inside hint at a work environment far less polished than what viewers saw on screen, suggesting the glossy production masked deeper tensions and drama. Some former staffers didn't hold back, calling Megyn a demon. Behind closed doors, claiming she had intense, unpredictable outbursts. They described moments where she allegedly screamed at and belittled support staff, both in London and Montecito. The whispers of high turnover and accusations of a hostile work environment paint a picture that feels miles away from the kind, compassionate image she puts forward on camera. It really makes you wonder, was that emotional podcast moment truly heartfelt or just another calculated move to stay center stage? Honestly, I was a fan of her back in her Suits days, so no shade here, but it kind of feels like she's overplaying the whole layer of everything's beautiful, love and lighting. Reminds me a bit of Katy Perry's overly optimistic phase. Don't you think? What's your take? Do you think Megyn's being authentic or just playing the PR game? Let me know in the comments. And if you're into celeb deep dives like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss tomorrow's video.